Welcome. I am Pam and I am the group exercise coordinator for the Dundee Township Park District. And I'm going to be doing a fitness type Pilates class for you today. Remember that Pilates engages the core, and your core starts about your collarbones, comes down to the middle of your thighs, front, side, and back. So that's the area of the body that we're going to be focusing all of our movements on. And remember that I'm going to be challenging a movement by either range of motion, by tempo, and if you've got some equipment and you want to use some light weights, that's totally up to you. You can do that as well. But take things to your level, and please don't feel obligated to do a challenge part of a movement if that doesn't feel right for you, because this is all about you. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to begin with laying on our backs. Your legs are bent, feet are flat, hands down by your sides. You've got the palms down or up, whatever's good for you. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale. Inhale, filling those lungs from the bottom up. And exhale, emptying those lungs completely. Think about all the movement being centered in the rib cage area. The rest of the body is relaxed. As you inhale, your ribs are going out to the sides. And as you exhale, draw all your muscles in toward your spine. Keep your shoulders flat. Try not to lift them up. Now inhale deeply. And as you exhale, push the small of your back against the floor. Inhale and relax. Exhale, push the small of your back into the floor, tipping your hips. Inhale and relax. Exhale, push, squeezing your glutes, tightening your lower abdominals, and relax. Exhale, push. Place your hands on your thighs. Inhale, relax. Exhale, push and lift your shoulder blades up off the floor, reaching your fingertips up toward your knees. Inhale, come on back. And again. Exhale, push the small of your back into the floor, lifting the shoulder blades up, reaching your fingertips up toward your knees. Inhale, come on back. Again, lift up, press small of your back into the floor, lift the shoulder blades, fingertips to the knees, down. Now this one we're going to lift up and hold here, small of your back pressed into the mat, lifting your feet up off the floor, knees directly above your hips, lower legs parallel to the floor, taking your hands and bounce your arms. Shoulder blades up. For the first 5 bounces, inhale. The next 5 bounces, exhale. This is known as the Pilates 100. Now you can always experiment with your legs. You can lift your toes up toward the sky, or you can bring your legs closer to the floor. Whatever feels best for you. And remember though, small of your back has to be pushed into the floor. Reaching your fingertips away from the shoulders, toes away from the hips. Remember your breathing, ribs going out to the sides. As you inhale and as you exhale, muscles in toward your spine. If you're feeling pain or strain in your neck or your upper back, please place one hand behind your head as you bounce the other arm, or you can lay your head back on the mat. Whatever's good for you. And relax. Let's take those arms out at shoulder level, bringing your knees up, again, knees right above your hips, and lower your knees down to one side. Keep your shoulders flat, lower leg on the floor, top leg as close to that bottom leg as you can get. We're stretching out through our lower back, our obliques that form the waist, and our hips. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, lift those legs up, roll across the small of the back, and lower down to the other side. Again, shoulders flat. Breathing deeply. Lower leg on the floor, top leg as close to the bottom leg as you can get. Nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, lift those legs up. We're going back to the first side, just to see if that top leg is a little bit closer to the bottom leg. This is a great stretch to start the day with. We always want to make sure that the hip area, the lower area of the body, is always open and flexible for your balance, your support. Inhale. Exhale, lift up. Let's go back to the other side. Always rolling across the small of the back. And breathing deeply. Hopefully that top leg is a little bit closer to the bottom leg than it was the first time. Inhale. And as you exhale, lift those legs up, stopping at center. We're going to bring those legs under the body again. And hands down by your sides. Lift one leg in the air, turn your heel toward the center line of the body, and draw a big circle with your leg. Remember that your movement is coming from your hip. Movement from your hip. Draw as big of a circle as you can, keeping the heel toward the center line of the body. As you inhale, leg approaches the body. As you exhale, leg goes away from the body. Now let's take that circle in the opposite direction. Still having that external rotation in your leg, heel toward the center line, knee pointing out. Movement from the hip. Inhale as the leg approaches the body. Exhale as it goes away. One more. And lower that leg down. Take the other leg up. Again, heel toward the center line and draw a big circle in the air with that leg. Try to keep your shoulders and your hips square to the sky. Breathing deeply. Inhale as the leg approaches the body. Exhale as it goes away. And reverse direction. Keeping that external rotation in the leg. Knee turns out. Heel toward the center. Try to keep the shoulders and hips as square as you can. And lower that leg. Bring your knees in toward your chest, nose up to your knees, hands by your ankles, and roll along your spine. Try to come up and hold. Try not to Use your legs or your momentum. Use your core. One more, please. And lay yourself back. We're gonna bring one knee in toward the chest. Other leg is extended out. Lift your shoulder blades, hand by your ankle, and then we switch. Every time you switch, exhale. And making sure that the small of your back is against the floor. Lifting shoulder blades up as high as you can, or if that causes pain or strain, just put your head back on the mat, but continue to hug your knee into your chest. Let's do 2 more each side. Exhaling each time you hug that knee in. And relax. We're going back to our beginning position. We've got our legs bent, feet flat, hands by your hips. Breathe in nice and deep. And as you exhale, press through your heels, lift your hips up, peeling your spine up off the floor, 1 vertebrae at a time, and then replace 1 vertebrae at a time as you come down. Exhale, lift up. And inhale, come on down. One more, press, lift, peel that spine, and lower. Squeezing your legs together, push through the heel, peel the spine. That articulation in your spine makes you concentrate on the movement just a little bit more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. One more, lift up. And lower. Extend one leg up, pointing those toes toward the sky. Lift up through that base heel and come on down. Still articulate through that spine. Pressing your shoulders against the floor. Lift up and down. Switch legs. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Just one more. Lift up. And lower. And come down. So now we're going to really concentrate on our core. So you can have your feet down flat on the floor, knees bent if you like, or you can lift your feet up off the floor. Make sure that the small of the back is into the floor, knees right above the hips. Now this is one position. Another position would be to have your heels together and your knees out. So whatever is good for you. This is not as intense as this, so you decide which one is best for you. We're going to take our hands overhead and then come on up and reach to the center of the diamond formed by your legs and overhead again, and then we come up and then reach to the outside and then come back in. Now if your legs are together, we're reaching for the shins and then overhead and open and lift and down. If your feet are on the floor, then we're lifting up hands to the knees. Open up and out to the sides, lifting those shoulder blades. So again, you decide. You might decide to try all 3. Whatever's good for you. Whatever is good for you. And remember that in Pilates, it's not about how many times you do something. It's always about making sure that each time is the very best that you can do. Exhale as you come up. Make sure the small of the back is being pressed into the floor. If your feet are off the floor, make sure the knees are above the hips. Try not to bring the knees in toward the chest. We got 2 more here. Just 1. And out. And let's just take a little break there. And now we're going to be working on our obliques. So again, you may have your feet flat, knees bent, or lift the feet up, knees above the hips, or open up with the knees. So we're going to take those hands. One hand will be in a diagonal up away from the body. The other hand, you can place it behind your head. You can also place it out to the side or across on the other hip, whatever's good for you. So we're going to take this arm up, reach, come across to the opposite knee. Now, if you are using weights, I would like you to articulate through that arm, which means that you place your hand up first, then your elbow, and then your shoulder, so that each joint comes off the floor separately, and that your arm is not one straight line coming off the floor when you're using weights. That's way too much strain on your shoulder. So we don't want to do that. Again, we're exhaling as we reach across. Inhale as we come back down. Exhale, reach. Inhale. Let's just do 2 more on this side. And I'm looking at my arm to make sure I'm out at a diagonal away from the body. That's the best place for the most rotation in the upper body. So now let's change sides. And exhale, reach across, come on in. And lifting your shoulder blade as high as you can off the mat. Lift, stretch, reach. Try to reach just a little bit farther each time. And you may even decide to just hold for a split second. Really feeling those muscles work. Let's go 2 more here. And relax. Excellent. Arms overhead, legs extended, and stretch. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, we sit up and then come down, touching the feet, come back up and lower down. Now here we are doing the articulation in our spine, 1 vertebrae at a time as we come up. Lift, biceps by the ears, lower down. Come back up and lower down, replacing that spine 1 vertebrae at a time. We exhale as we come up. Use that breath to help you come up. Inhale as you lower down. Exhale as you lift. Inhale, come on down. We'll do 3 more. Exhale, lift up. Try to keep those legs in constant contact with the floor. Try not to let them come up as you lift the body up. Lift and down. Exhale. 1 more here. Exhale, lift up and lower and up and down. Wonderful. Now legs are bent, feet are flat, hands behind your head. We're going to use all of the core muscles on this exercise. We're going to take our opposite elbow to the knee, extend that leg and the same side arm, and then we come up, hand to the heel and lower down. So it's opposite, elbow to knee, same side, hand to foot. So if you can touch the elbow to the knee, try to go to the outside of your thigh. If you can touch hand to your foot, go for the inside of the heel. Both of those require you to lift your shoulder blades off the floor. And that's what we want to do here. We want to lift those shoulder blades as high off the floor as we can. Another way to challenge this movement is to extend your base leg along the floor. And elbow, hand to foot. We'll do 2 more here. And 1 more before we change sides. Now when you change sides, you have your choice of starting where you left off on the other side, on the first side, or you can start with your basic position, both legs bent, feet flat. It is your opposite elbow to the knee. Remember, if your hand can touch if your elbow can touch the knee, go for the outside of the thigh. Hand to the foot. If you can touch the foot, go for the inside of the heel, forcing a wider range of motion. Reach. Let's go 3 more. Last one right here. Feeling all those core muscles work. And relax. All right, now we're on our sides. On your side. So you have a straight line. Ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. We're going to take our top leg up, but not too high. Not too high. We also have the feet in Pilates V, which means the heels are together, the toes are out. We lift up just a little bit with that top leg, click the bottom leg and come back down. So it's lift, click, down. You want to make sure here though that you keep that top leg up. Try not to lower the top leg when you lift the bottom. Keep that top leg up as high, as straight and stable as you can. It's not about height, because it's not about the top leg, it's about the bottom leg. We're working that bottom leg here, working the inner thigh of that bottom leg. Let's go 2 more here. And let's go over on the other side. And straight line, ear, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle. Lift your top leg and lower. Click the heel and lower. Pilates V with those feet. Lift up, click the heel and down. Lift, click, down. Try to keep that top leg as stable as possible. Squeezing those glutes, that helps you keep your balance. Make sure you're breathing. Exhale as you go to click those heels. Two more. And lower. We're going back to the other side, back to our first side, and we're going to lift both legs at the same time. Again, straight line with the body, ear, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, and Pilates V with the feet, and we're going to lift both legs together. So imagine that your heels are super glued together. You want to lift both legs as high as you can, but don't separate. Don't separate. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Remember, height is not important. Keeping the body straight, that's the important part of this exercise. Keeping it nice and straight, keeping those heels together. Lift. Imagine flattening your waist against the floor. Two more. And other side. Are we having fun yet? All right, straight line. Ear, shoulder, hip, knee, ankle, heels together, toes out, and lift and lower. Lift and lower. Again, trying to flatten your waist against the floor. Keeping that body as straight as you can. Heels super glued together. Lifting both legs. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good job, good job. Are you feeling the tension in your inner thighs? Squeezing those legs together? Let's go two more. Exhale here. Inhale. Exhale. And lower. Good job. Good job. All right. So now we will be on our hands and knees. Hands and knees. Hands, wrists right underneath the shoulders, and you got those knees underneath the hips. Extend one leg behind you and opposite arm. Try to keep the arm and leg as parallel to the floor as you can. Reach out through the fingers and the toes. Try not to sink into the shoulder or the wrist of your base arm. You want to push up through the heel of the hand. And switch sides. Reach. Reach out through those fingers and toes. Try to keep the arm and leg parallel to the floor. Push up through the heel of the hand of the base leg. Try not to sink in the wrist or the shoulder. And let's go back to the other side. Are you feeling your core tighten as you reach out and as you balance? Try not to lift up with your head. Your head is in line with your spine, so the bicep of your extended arm is right by your ear. And switch sides again. And this is a perfect exercise to be doing during commercials when you're watching TV, if it's not on your DVR, to where you can fast forward. Just hold, see how long you can hold. Time yourself, or time yourself by the length of the commercial. Holding, stretching. And so now we've got the balance portion. We got the balance portion of the exercise. Now we're going to add some movement, and then that will challenge our core and challenge our balance. So let's go back to the first side. Reach out through the fingers and toes. Now tuck underneath the body, round through the spine, and then extend back out. And tuck in again, and extend out. One more time, tuck in, and extend. Press through the heel of the hand, come on down. Change sides, and tuck in, round through the spine, extend, reach out through the fingers, through the toes. Come in, tuck, extend. One more, tuck, extend, and quick break. Back into your child's pose, sit on your heels, arms out front. Stretch through that lower back. Now we're going to add a little bit more movement. Come on up again. Our beginning position. So we tuck under, we extend. Now arm goes out to the side, leg to the side. Try to keep both arm and leg parallel to the floor. Tuck in, extend, arm back, leg forward. You can rotate that leg so the kneecap is toward the shoulder. Come in, extend, open out, come back, hold, and let's change sides. Reach, arm and leg parallel, tuck in, extend, arm back, leg forward. Again, trying to keep that arm and leg as parallel to the floor as you can. Arm back, leg forward. One more. Out. Arm back, leg forward. Hold. Another quick stretch because we got one more movement to add on. And up. So this time we're going to start with our basic position. Take your front arm, hand behind the ear. Lift your elbow up to the sky. Now come under, tuck, extend, arm back, leg forward, and rotate. Lift your elbow up to the sky. Tuck in, extend, arm back, leg forward. One more time. Rotate, tuck, extend, and arm back, leg forward. Let's go the other side. Arms stretched. Lift up, tuck under, extend, arm back, leg forward. Rotate up, lift that elbow to the sky. Tuck under, extend, arm back, leg forward. And one more, lift, tuck, extend, arm back, leg forward. And quick break. Good job, folks, good job. So at the beginning, I said that the core involve the quads. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to work on those quads. So you want to make sure that you're in a nice straight position, good posture, ears, shoulders, hips, knees. And we lean back and come up. So you lean back, touch your heels, come on up. Or if you feel better, you can have the arms out front, lean and come up. So what you don't want to do here, folks, is to push the hips back and come up. Want to keep this as straight as possible. So we lean back, touch your heels, come up. You're going to really feel it in those quads. Now for a little bit more challenge, you can lean back, touch the opposite heel. Reach and up. Reach and up. So it's not important, folks, how far back you get, because you're going to feel this today, maybe tomorrow, the next day. Reach. But it's so important to engage the core here. Make sure that the hips are squeezed, squeezing those glutes. So you can touch same side heel or opposite, whatever's good for you. Good job. So do you remember which arm you started with? Okay, we're going to do 3 more each. Want you to make yourself even. I wouldn't want you to be lopsided. And up. Excellent. And rest. All right, back on our backs. Now, this is one of my favorites, known as the dead bug. Bring the knees up above the hips, arms overhead, and we bring those hands to your knees, to your thighs, so that your palms are cupping your knees. We're pressing your knees against your hands and press your hands against your knees. This all causes tension in your core. So you could hold this and still get a good workout if you're pressing really hard. Remember, small of the back is against the floor. But we're going to challenge this by letting go of one side, and then we stretch. So one side is contracting where you're pressing, the other side is stretching. So this is called muscle confusion. Our muscles like to work together, but here we're asking one side of the core to contract and the other side to stretch, causing muscle confusion, which actually makes the muscles work a little harder. And press as hard as you can, hand against that leg. Stretch with the same intensity as you are pressing. Reach, small of your back against the floor. Now you may start to feel warm on this exercise because this is really challenging that core. And when the core temperature heats up, the rest of the body is warm, and you may even start to glisten, sparkle, sweat. And let's go one more time each side. And rest. Whew, excellent. So now let's roll ourselves over. And what would Pilates be without a plank party? Yay!
So planks can be done on your elbows if you like, on your knees, or on your toes. So here, we're holding our plank. Now you can hold if you like. You can hold, or you can lift one leg and do circles with that leg. Reverse. And switch. And reverse. And rest. All right, child's pose. Just for a quick break, but you know we don't want to leave the upper body out with this. So, come back to your plank, knees bent or legs extended, your choice. And extend one arm, circles. Try to keep your hips and shoulders square to the floor. Come down, change sides. Reverse. Push up through those elbows, don't sink down in the elbows. And relax. Good job, good job. And let's go on our backs again. Another one of my favorites is our crisscross. So we start with our knees bent, one leg extends, fingertips behind the ears, but for a crisscross, we lift the shoulder to the knee, not the elbow, shoulder, lifting that shoulder blade up as high as you can. And switch sides. So it's your shoulder. Top elbow is reaching out, away from the body. So you really shouldn't even be able to see that elbow in your peripheral vision. And switch again, hold here, lift, point that elbow away from the body. It's your shoulder, not your elbow. Switch sides. And one more time. And switch. This is one of the best exercises ever for the core because it really engages so many muscles. Now we're going to stay on this side. Take that extended leg, lift it up. Your knee comes a little closer to the body. So then you want to leave that knee there, lower the body, or lower the leg. Come back up, lift, knee comes in a little closer. Hold it there. Lower your leg. One more. Ratchet it in. Come on up, bring that knee in tight. Lower your leg, hold it, hold it, hold it. And switch sides. Are you burning yet? Okay, lift the leg in, knee comes in a little closer, hold it there. Lower the leg. Reaching shoulder to the knee, extended leg comes up, knee comes in a little closer, hold it there. Lower your leg, hold it, hold it, hold it. And one more time, lift up, bring it in, hold it there. Lower your leg, hold this knee in as tight as you can. Shoulder to your knee, hold it, hold it, hold it, and relax. Woo, all right. Arms out to your side, knees up. Take your knees to one side and roll across the small of your back to the other side, keeping your shoulders flat against the floor. Now, if you like, you don't have to have those knees together, Okay, maybe at this time, after all the exercises that we've done, you don't want to keep those knees together. So you lower one knee down at a time, and then the other. Lift the top leg, lift the bottom leg, go to the other side. Lower, lower, lift, lift. So again, you choose whichever you would like, singly or legs together, your choice. Remember, you may decide to extend your legs too. That's an option, also a challenge. One leg at a time, small of your back against the floor. Lift up. Exhale as you lower. Inhale as you lift. Now here you may decide that you want to do both legs together. But again, shoulders flat. Shoulders flat. Rolling across the small of your back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Your control, whatever's best for you, keeping your shoulders flat. One more. Exhale up. And come on down. Extend your arms. Reach your toes. Stretch. We're just going to do some final stretches. More as a cool down than exercise. Arms out at your sides. Knees up. Just draw big circles in the air with your knees. Now reverse direction. You're massaging the small of your back against the floor. The bigger your circle, the bigger the area of the massage. And take your knees to one side, shoulders flat. Extend your top leg out, releasing more of your lower back. Now take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, extend your bottom leg down under the body so you have a straight line. Your head, your hip, and the leg. Arms out to your sides at shoulder level. Nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, lift your top leg up toward your hand without moving your bottom leg. And release your foot, bend your bottom leg, bend your top leg, roll across the small of your back, and go to the other side. Stacking your hips, making sure the hips are vertical. Extend your top leg out, arms out at shoulder level. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, extend your base leg under the body so you have a straight line. Head, hip, and leg. Another nice deep breath in. And try to lift your leg, your top leg up, hand to your foot. And release. Bend your bottom leg, bend your top leg, and push up to a sitting position. Taking your legs out front and arms down by your side, chin down to your chest Elbows bend behind you. Depress your shoulders. That's for your upper back and your neck. Hands behind you, squeeze your shoulder blades. Open up through your chest, lift your arms just a little higher for shoulder stretch. Release, bring your arms up overhead. One arm and then the other stretches, reaches to the sky. And bend, stretch that elbow up toward the sky, opening up through your side, and arms up, other side. You're also giving yourself a pat on the back for doing such a great job today. Open those arms out, stop, shoulder level, press out through those palms, feeling the tension in your arms, come around to the front. Opening up through those shoulder blades, press, press, roll your shoulders back. And fingertips go down, wiggling your fingers, stretching those forearms after those planks, and come back up. Give yourselves a hand, folks. You did such a great job. Thank you so much for joining us today. Check out some of the other exercises and some of the other workouts that we've got posted. And we certainly hope to see you soon. We miss you. Thank you again.